A top story tonight, a spike in violence here in the Queen City. When you look at homicides through the end of last month, Buffalo is now on track to have its deadliest year in almost a decade. Imagine that. July was especially bad with 10 homicides last month alone. And at its current rate, August would be even worse. Tonight, so many are asking, how do you reverse this trend? And good evening once again. I'm Scott Levin.
And I'm Mary Alice Demler. Outbreaks of gun violence this summer have some asking for the return of the city's strike force unit. Now, earlier this year, the controversial unit was shelved, but now, fueled by one of the most violent summers in memory, there's talk of reviving strike force. And
investigative reporter Steve Brown joins us now with the story. Steve.
Scott, Mary Alice, the sad fact of the matter is it has been a very bloody summer in Buffalo. Children and grandmothers among the recent shooting victims. The mayor went door to door this weekend to prompt people with information to come forward. He says he heard from those people to asking them to bring back the disbanded strike force unit.
As mayor of the city of Buffalo, I deal with a lot of days that are challenging.
Today was another challenging day for the mayor. At 3 a.m., someone pumped gunfire into a Hurlock Street home. A 12-year-old boy inside was wounded. It is the new and more violent normal of Buffalo street violence, says Pastor James Giles of Buffalo Peacemakers.
Nothing is disallowed now. They're just going in, doing what it is that they want to do, targeting whoever they want, and if it happens to hit somebody innocent, there's no compunction, no remorse, none of that.
The increased gun violence this summer has city elected officials scrambling for answers.
There's someone asked about bringing the FBI in. I don't know, but we need to do something.
Common Council member Rasheed Wyatt says it may be time to bring back Strike Force, which was disbanded in March.
The Strike Force is something that many members of the community are expressing an interest in having come back.
That sounds like you're considering it.
No, I'm just saying that as I've walked door to door in communities, particularly those affected by violence, as I've talked to family members affected by violence, as I've talked to people who have witnessed violence, that's what they have said, that's what they have expressed.
Strike Force was a specialty police unit targeting guns, drugs, and violence, but it quickly developed a reputation in violence-prone neighborhoods on the east and west sides as an overly aggressive force.
They were started to be tough on crime, and we know that's coded language for policing black and brown neighborhoods.
Our journalism partners at Investigative Post found 10 criminal cases tossed out because of Strike Force's methods.
They had a reputation for being abusive. Some people would argue racist. The city's being sued over the conduct of Strike Force.
And public pressure grew until Strike Force was eliminated. Officers assigned to the unit reassigned elsewhere. Now, Strike Force is back in the public conversation. So is that on or off the table?
I'm not saying that that's on the table. We're going to continue to listen to our community. We're going to continue to listen to the needs of people. It was a situation that reduced death, that reduced shootings, that kept people alive. So I'm not saying that it's on the table. I'm just saying what we're hearing from people in the community, particularly those who have been affected by violent crime.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
So what are Buffalo police doing in the meantime? We heard today that for the first 5 days of August, police arrested 24 people, 10 facing weapons charges. And the mayor continues to plead with the public for them to come forward if they know anything that might help them solve this summer's shootings. And now there's the beginnings of a public conversation, partly fueled by the mayor's remarks today about bringing Strike Force back. Steve Brown, Channel 2 News.